When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to become better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Everything exists. Seek nothing outside of yourself. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." If your opponent is temperamental, seek to irritate him, pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. If he is taking his ease, give him no rest. If his forces are united, separate them. Attack him where he is unprepared and appear where you are not expected. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them, not because we needed them, but because we had them. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power or our will. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. Every heart sings an incomplete song, until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing together will always find a song. If you understand others, you're smart. If you understand yourself, you're illuminated. If you overcome others, you're powerful. If you overcome yourself, you have strength. If you know how to be satisfied, you are rich. If you can act with vigor, you have a will. If you don't lose your objectives, you can be long-lasting. But if you die without loss, you are eternal. It had long since come to my attention that people of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things. The reason why we have 2 ears and only 1 mouth is that we may listen more and talk less. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute, but the man who does not ask is a fool for life. If a cucumber is bitter, throw it away. There are a lot of briars in the road, so turn aside from them. Stop stumbling in every mediocre circumstance that you encounter in your life. You are not a tree. Always keep moving forward. Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. But if you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing. If you realize that all things change, there is nothing you will try to hold on to. If you are not afraid of dying, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our thoughts. Build your mind to be beautiful, and you will find wonders on your path in life. Experience is a truer guide than the words of others. Live your own life as your heart tells you to. Don't stand still listening to other people's opinions about your own life. It's not them who is living it. When a dog is tied to a cart, if it wants to follow, it is pulled and follows, making its spontaneous act coincide with necessity. But if the dog does not follow, it will be compelled in any case. So, it is with men too. Even if they don't want to, they will be compelled to follow what is destined. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Every night, before going to sleep, we must ask ourselves, what weakness did I overcome today? What virtue did I acquire? Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. We often suffer more in imagination than in reality. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. We do not act rightly because we are excellent. In fact, we achieve excellence by acting rightly. It's only when a mosquito lands on your testicle that you realize that violence is never the answer. Let not your mind run on what you lack, as much as on what you have already. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. Our life is what our thoughts make it. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. That is the true meaning of strength over your mind. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Control your anger. If you hold anger toward others, they have control over you. Your opponent can dominate and defeat you if you allow him to get you irritated. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. That is the superior state of a winner's mind. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. If you are careless and lazy now, and keep putting things off and always deferring the day after, which you will attend to yourself, you will not notice that you are making no progress, but you will live and die as someone quite ordinary. Wise men don't need to prove their point. Men who need to prove their point aren't wise. The master has no possessions. The more he does for others, the happier he is. The more he gives to others, the wealthier he is. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward, for there you have been, and there you will always long to return, always reach for the stars. No one entrusts a secret to a drunken man, but one will entrust a secret to a good man. Therefore, the good man will not get drunk. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. Learn avidly, question it repeatedly, analyze it carefully, then put what you have learned into practice intelligently. Accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. In time, all things work to your advantage when you pursue them with an open heart. If you fight with all your might, there is a chance of life, whereas death is certain if you cling to your corner. We are always complaining that our days are few, but we are acting as though there would be no end of them. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Rushing into action, you fail. Trying to grasp things, you lose them. Forcing a project to completion, you ruin what was almost ripe. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. I love those who can smile in trouble, who can gather strength from distress and grow brave by reflection. 'Tis the business of little minds to shrink, but they whose heart is firm and whose conscience approves their conduct will pursue their principles unto death. Always remember, if you can be anything in life, be a Stoic. Support with a like and subscribe for more Stoic empowerment.